Oh, that's...
Good evening, Eagle fans. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with Brandon Artilles. Britton's got the night off. We're live in South Haven, Mississippi on the campus of Northpoint as our 3-1 Eagles will take on the 1-3 Trojans of Northpoint. Brandon, coming off a great atmosphere last week at Houston. I mean, all that we anticipated that to be. We're going to get into that game, kind of review that last week. We'll preview tonight's game. We always want to give a good shout-out to our sponsors for making this happen.
Absolutely. Wouldn't be here without them and being able to bring this broadcast and this live stream to you and all the folks out there really across around the globe that are able to tune in and watch. So we want to certainly thank first State Farm, Sean Wilkins Sr. He's like a good neighbor. State Farm is there, and so every Eagle first down you'll be hearing a shout-out to State Farm, Sean Wilkins Sr. All right, and timeouts are going to be brought to you by Strategic Financial Partners, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. Halftime show, Pediatric Dental Group, of course. Yours truly over here, Clayton Floriani with Pediatric Dental Group. Stats Sideline Report, Sammy Reagan Millwork with the Sammy Reagan family. I got to give a shout-out to little Hudson Reagan. He's going to be out on the flag football field tomorrow morning with us. He's a flash. But Sammy Reagan bringing our stats and sideline reports. Player of the Week, that's, of course, Scott House with Bank 3, and, of course, ECS Board of Directors Chairman right now, and, of course, wanted to lay out the players of the week: Preston Daniel, Dietrich Pennington, Ethan Saunders, Zach Baker, and Chris Wiseman, who just probably a month ago wasn't even on the roster. Right. But here he is. It was a rough game at Houston for a whole host of reasons, but those guys did manage to shine. Preston Daniel had a touchdown reception, had a pick six taken off the board, but really an outstanding performance by him. So, again, we appreciate Scott House with the players of the week. Coach Adams Show, Matt Stevens' family with Russell Oliver and Stevens. And also additional supporters coming from Darren Wilkes, Benny James Air Conditioning, Josh Regal, Regal Pharma Lab, and Britton Wilkins, of course, and family with Vining Sparks. We also got kickoffs, punts, and field goals with Tim Wilson, Compliance Associates. And the pregame, which you're watching right now, is brought to you by Kevin Hersky with Buff City Soap.
Yeah, that's right. You see Buff City Soap.
Yeah.
Down. We'll bring them up in a minute. Thank you for him for sponsoring this. Well, last week we, like I said, Houston was on the schedule for quite a while. We anticipated that, and they certainly were scarred by us, coming into their house. We played really well, just a few mistakes, and that's what football is. It's whoever makes the fewest mistakes, and unfortunately some injuries on top of those mistakes kind of hampered us and kind of probably got our morale down just a little bit, and we just could not pull that out at the end. The score at the end was probably not quite indicative of how close the game really was. But like you said, we had a few guys that are injured. Carson Gagnon will not be playing tonight. He's going to give his ankle a rest. Fortunately, it's just a severe sprain, nothing broken. We got a couple of running backs tonight that could go. Coach Adams is going to make that a game-time decision, so that'll be Greenwood and also McMeans. So that'll put, I guess the main back will be,
could be Andrew Agapose. Could be.
I think they may even move into the backfield Austin Hill a little bit in some one-back sets. Tucker White's probably the main guy who we'd see back there. So we don't really know what we're going to see tonight. I'm sure it depends. I talked to Coach Vogel earlier before the game. Depends on how well our defense plays. If our defense plays well, that will allow us to probably rest some guys more on the offense. So.
Well, you did talk about the injuries with Gagnon and injuries with McMeans, that we kind of focus on the offensive side of the football, but they were critical in the secondary. So again, what's going to happen with the defensive side of the ball? That remains to be a question. I was talking to Hardy, Coach Hardy Buck earlier in the week. The linebackers coach said guys are going to have to grow up. Yeah. Guys are going to have to grow up, and but this isn't foreign territory for the Eagles. Last season, there was plenty of opportunities where guys really had to step up. Look no further than the way Matthew McMeans did, stepping in for Cameron Rosenberger and Jalen Greenwood going down earlier in the year. So they know how to be resilient, and we'll see if they respond to Coach Adams' call about this as a family, next one up, and them sticking up for one another.
That's right, and like you said, those guys at Houston, the defensive backfield was where it was most noticeable. Zach Baker came in to play some defense in the secondary. Tucker White also, who had played a little bit, but those guys will be starting tonight. So not off the bench. Yeah. So they, this week, Coach Vogel said I had a great week of practice. Those guys have stepped up, and it's let's see what they can do tonight. Last week I felt like that our defensive line, which is the same as the offensive line, played great. But their running back had a fantastic game. I think he had how many carries?
254 yards on the ground for Lincoln
30-something
Pear.
carries.
30 carries.
30 carries.
He was bruised after that game, and of course he had the big 95-yard run. So much of that coming on that one single play, but it seemed to be that was they get one big play. We did seem to really do well in the trenches and contain them, but then the one big play, that unfortunately would. But it was a war of attrition. There was just lot. They had a lot of players, and depth was a big storyline in that game last week.
After speaking with Coach Adams, like he always says at Chalk Talk, at our interviews we have, what matters is the region. And tonight is a region game. Our second region game. Northpoint is winless. They lost to St. George's earlier. We're 1-0 in region against Harding. So tonight it's a very crucial game. Only 6 teams in the region this year. Lausanne's going to be playing, I think, against Harding tonight. Is that right? Or FACS?
Yeah, that's what we heard earlier. So, they're going to be going against Harding.
St. George's against FACS. So that's going to be the other rivalries that are going on that are in conference play tonight.
And right now, Northpoint's only region game so far on the schedule this year was against St. George's a couple weeks back, and they lost 35-13. But certainly, given the injuries that ECS is dealing with tonight, Coach Adams is not sleeping on this team. He knows that they're improved from last year, and they have playmakers. Lance Salisbury being one of them. Absolutely. So you have to be mindful of that.
Great running back number 2, quarterback new this year, a freshman. So big kid, great player. So just to anyone that plays as a freshman, it's got to be either really big, really strong arm, and he does. This team was winless last year. New coach, Coach Gold from Florida that they brought in. So trying to change the culture here. We have these loudspeakers right here by, so if you're at home, you're going to hear a lot of that tonight.
Yeah.
So, but Brandon, as far as we're looking tonight, if we can get out of this game, we're going to come back next week and get out of region play. It'll put us towards Collierville again, which is another big Region 6 West opponent. So, all of us are probably a little nervous. Who do we go into that game with?
Exactly.
We got guys hurt. Let's try to get more guys hurt because we follow up with Lausanne not too far down the road.
Well, it's a double-edged sword. If you want to play those type of teams, you're going to get a great competition, great experience, but at the same time, you're dealing with that, the potential for injuries, and unfortunately we saw that.
Yeah, Collierville does not have the team that Houston has. They've kind of, if you look at their record, I think they may even play White Station tonight, where Coach Rocconi came from. But that's about it, Brandon. What else do you have there as far as your list? Anything else?
Well, just running down quick some of the stats. I mean, we did talk some of the big plays that Houston did make last week. When you look at the tail of the tape, we talked about 31 carries, 254 yards for Lincoln Pear. So it's going to be interesting to see how they respond, how the Eagles respond tonight. And then, but on our side of the ball, we moved the football. We had a lot of success moving the ball. Certainly with Jalen Greenwood, when Matthew McMeans, when they were effective, and 20 carries.
They didn't stop us.
They did. It's a fact.
We stopped ourselves. Fumbles.
So 20 carries, 134 yards for Jalen Greenwood. Matthew McMeans, when he was in, which was pretty much just the first half, not even the whole first half, six carries, 73 yards. He was averaging 12 yards a carry. And if there's any testament to the effectiveness of the offensive line, it was Houston's own coach tweeting out after the game just saying that guys like Dietrich, Hartsuff, they're just nasty. Yeah. As a nasty offensive line, that's probably one of the highest compliments you can be paid, and nasty in a good way, in the way that they were able to really be gritty.
Yeah, I didn't see those.
Yeah,
that is a compliment for sure.
Well, Steve Williford, he was quick to retweet and share all those, so he was of course excited to see his guys get credit.
What's funny is their coaches in the box with us were yelling holding all night, which probably, after 7 big runs, like, okay, I don't think it's all holding.
Exactly.
But those guys up front, you mentioned Pennington, you mentioned Hartsuff, Coot.
Oh, yeah.
Josiah Tingley. Those guys are really kind of carrying the load this year, so, and they're playing both sides of the ball as well. So we're going to spin this back out. We've got 7 minutes and counting before the game here. We'll let you guys kick into the pregame at home, and we'll see you in just a minute. Brandon, we got a nice little crowd kind of trickling in on our ECS sidelines.
Yeah, you got to talk about the weather. Weather is, this is, we know it's been a kind of a brutal, prolonged, protracted summer, but it's certainly nice tonight. So the players are definitely going to be appreciating that.
Really, the first night we've had a break.
Yeah,
that hadn't been 90, 89 at game time for sure. I always think about those defensive linemen, and those guys are just Pennington, Hartsuff, and Coote. Just tough.
Absolutely.
I mean, those guys are that every time they move, it's a lot of energy and a lot of power, that gets expended. So you can't last a long time.
And we can also hope, won't see as many cramps tonight. The players won't be as tagged. So we're taking a look at some of the players, maybe perhaps some of the captains making their way to the field as we get ready for the coin toss out here. 6 minutes, 17 seconds until kickoff here with Northpoint. Again, Northpoint 1-3 on the season so far. They've only had that one region game against St. George's, but this is the rundown for what they've had so far. They opened the year with Faulkner out of Mississippi, and they won that game 40-0. Then they matched up with Fayette Ware and lost that one 30-26, followed by St. George's, but that lost 35-13, and then they matched up with Millington Central, and they lost 31-28. But again, this is going to be their second game in region play as they face off against the ECS Eagles, and the Eagles ready to take on. You cannot, certainly can't sleep on any opponents in your region, and you have to be able to capitalize. And I know Coach Adams, he's always interested to see, and we know the circumstances of the Houston game. We know the circumstances of that, but still, let's see how we respond coming into a game that is, at the end of the day, much more meaningful than last Friday.
I tell you what, for some reason, and I haven't asked anyone this, but I feel like I had a harder time getting over that Houston game.
Well, was it because of the technology setup?
Were you a
little bit because this time last week, unfortunately, but you were a player.
We were flustered.
You stepped up. You did not. You persevered.
Yes.
And you got the live stream up.
I was just pushing some buttons, honestly. That's what I was doing. All right, Matthew Pennington, number 19, is going to be a captain for us. Number 23, Joey Hayworth. Number 46, Evan Stuckey. And number 7, Ladarius Allen. They're going to walk out to the middle of the field and meet the Trojans. 4 minutes, 44 seconds and counting.
First of all, from the ECS
Pennington's going to potentially have an opportunity here tonight, obviously with Carson Gagnon, but Taylor Powers expecting players like Will Arthur, players like Matthew Pennington to be able to step up and fill that void while they're missing Carson in the lineup. Pennington had 2 catches for 25 yards. So somebody like him, they're going to be expecting big things to be able to open up the passing game, which obviously enables a stronger running attack.
We've talked about that a little bit, Britton and I have, and we'll just kind of discuss that. It's time for these guys that are juniors to step up.
Yeah.
It's, for whatever reason, last week maybe the game was a little too big, but those guys, we need those guys now. We can't wait till their senior year. Some guys are having to step up as a sophomore. I think about Peter Nern. He played as a freshman at Arlington. So these guys, if we're going to sustain and play through injury and make it deep into the playoffs, these got to start these example defensive backfield guys, these Zach Bakers, the Tucker Whites, the Chris Weissmans, the Will Arthurs. These guys have started, playing some ball. The Adam Wichtims at center, defensive line. We just got to have some extra guys, extra bodies to come in and play, and not just play but contribute.
Getting ready for the coin toss here. Looks like it'll be deferred.
Ladies and gentlemen, ECS won the toss and deferred.
ECS winning the toss and
Northpoint
deferred.
Christian School Trojans will be receiving to start this football
Well, that kind of
game.
goes along with Coach Vogel. He said we need our defense to step up. That's going to dictate what we do on offense and also dictate who plays on offense. So we'll get them right out of the gate here, 2:46 and counting before we kick off.
You talked about Austin Hill potentially getting in the backfield. It was fun to see him in the backfield last week. You can't sustain that. You can't have Austin Hill, but when you line him up at fullback or give him an opportunity to get his hands on the ball, he can be a special player. It'll be interesting to see if they utilize that, if he's going to be somebody that they trust with the football, because he's a playmaker.
Yeah,
he's a playmaker, and he certainly has been able to show that off. But also, reflecting on Jacob Hatcher, you know, he's another guy. You know, how will he respond? He did have a rough game. You know, my limited experience, I have not seen Hatcher under that much pressure, and he seemed to be just physical pressure from the defense of the Houston Mustangs, and so that would give problems for anybody. He had only 6 completions last week for a little over 70 yards. So see how he responds tonight, and I think it's fair to say he'll have more time.
I felt like he had time for one look last week.
Exactly.
He couldn't come off the one guy to a secondary target, and that kind of hurt him. On the camera tonight, Michael Stoker's with us again. Mike, thank you. Chris Williams on stats for us. Chris, have you got tuned in yet? We're plugged in over here if you want to plug your radio. Hopefully we're on the air. If you're across the field with your radio on, thanks for joining us here on this live feed. We're FM transmitting to you. If you're at home, if you're on the road, thanks for tuning in via YouTube, ECS Eagle Sports. Text out to your friends. Let them know we're on. We're live tonight. We are on Wi-Fi only, so you may get a little drag on this internet as we kind of upload. But we're still live. We've got our own Wi-Fi here, so just hang tight, stick with us. If we have to start it over, we will.
Even Stuckey getting ready to tee things up here from Trojan Field in South Haven right now. The kickoff brought to you by Tim Wilson Compliance Associates, ready to get the game started.
All right, we got Tucker White here, 29. We got Jacob Welch, Andrew Agapos. We got number 34, Noah Newhouse. Luke Pleben. Got number 11, Jack Stevens on this side. Ethan Saunders, that other wedge buster, number 6. Keep your eye on Saunders and Stevens right here, number 6 and number 11.
And Jalen Greenwood's on the far side of the field.
Sure is. He's in as the contain man. Weissman over there as well, along with Griffin Garrison. Boy, what a kick by Stuckey.
That is out.
Outstanding.
Stokey's kick into the end zone. Trojans take over, first down 10.
He's been a great contributor this year, having never played, coming off the soccer field.
The 20-yard line.
Each week he's gotten better and better. His distance, his length has been about the same, which has been in the end zone, but now he's getting some more hang time on the ball, which has been great. Eagles have come out in this classic 3-4 defense. Hill and Daniel, outside linebackers. Hartsuff at nose.
Salisbury on the carry.
Player intros for Northpoint. They had 4 receivers, and they put them all out there on the field. Looks like they're going to be coming with that freshman quarterback, a kind of a spread offense. Certainly a lot of RPO, trying to figure out how to effectively get the ball to Lance Salisbury, but a great first stand there by the Eagle defense.
Pennington, Hartsuff, Webster, defensive front. Northpoint's going to drop back. Boy, Preston Daniel right there. Couldn't quite bring that in.
Fantastic coverage down the field. He was still feeling pressure, even though he had a long time to throw.
Brings up third down.
There was great pressure up front with only 3 down linemen.
Yeah, he couldn't keep his eyes downfield.
He couldn't.
It's going to bring up third down and 9, 11:24 to go in this first quarter. Number 18, Hudson Brown, quarterback. Is that right? I think that's right. Freshman for Northpoint.
Hudson Brown's pass is complete.
Tackled by a swarm of Eagles led by Andrew Agapos, dropping him at the 25-yard line. It'll be third down.
Complete to number 11.
Pardon me, fourth down.
Yeah, fourth down, probably a long 3 to 4.
Eagles, number 35, Andrew
Agapa on the play. I thought it was Agapos the whole time.
No, it was Agapa, number 35 for us.
Bless the PA announcer's heart, yeah.
That's right. Love. All right, little squib kick off the side. Bad shank. Nern was deep. Didn't need him.
Punt rolls out of bounds.
That'll be the 44-yard line of Northpoint, so great field position for the Eagles.
Ball on the 44-yard line of the Trojans.
Well, it looks like the defense was able to set the tone early, kind of like what you were alluding to in your conversation with Coach Vogel. It's going to be indicative of what they were able to put out on offense. And number 24 is out there on the field. Now, he was already on the kickoff squad, so that was any indication. Jalen Greenwood, he's ready to go.
Good deal. Well, great call by deferring. Defense played well, got the ball back, and great field position. Hatcher under center. Hill, the fullback. He's met right at the line of scrimmage. Great play by Northpoint. He'll pick up maybe one.
Gray Priest on the tackle for the Trojans. Brings up second down. Second down 8 for the Eagles.
All right, we're going to put Pennington up top. Jack Stevens at the bottom. Hill is going to be kind of a H-back this left side behind Daniel. Let's see if he flips over. All right, they will. They're going to go power right. Greenwood's in the backfield, lone back. Stretch play to the right. Greenwood does well. He's got the corner. He could go all the way here, Brandon.
And
the 10 to the 5. Just down to the 3-yard line.
Got to give, that was perfect blocking. Matthew Pennington out at the top of your screen there, locked up on the corner, and he helped spring Jalen Greenwood on that run. And, of course, you mentioned power right. Austin Hill, tremendous seal block. And Greenwood was able to take it off tackle and got a big run.
I mean, great play call. Coach Burton on the headset, Coach Adams.
First down and goal. Ball spotted on the 2-yard line.
But it's the little things that these guys do and execute well, like receivers blocking down the field. That's the difference.
Boy, right up the middle, gut play for 6 points. Could not have drawn that up better for the Eagles.
Greenwood
great blocking by Hartsuff.
Good enough for an Eagles touchdown. 9:15.
Webster, Pennington, Ethan Saunders in at tight end right there with a nice block as well. Stuckey in to attempt the extra point.
Evan Stokely set for the point after.
All right, kick is up and good with 9:15 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles are already on the board. Boy, great sign.
Absolutely. We got some retroactive sponsorships here. Some State Farm, Sean Wilkins Sr. first downs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So, again, some first downs on that opening offensive possession for the Eagles that resulted in a touchdown. And we have another Tim Wilson Compliance Associates kickoff on the way.
Chris, can you hear me? Oh, you have the radio on? Oh.
Stokely set to kick off for the Eagles. Thomason and Salisbury deep to receive.
Boy, great kick by Stuckey once again, deep in the end zone.
Salisbury catches the
also a Benny James air conditioning. Darren Wilkes touchdown, which has the Eagles ahead 7-0 with 9:15 left in the first quarter. A quick answer for the Eagles. Now let's see with the second possession for the Northpoint Trojans. Let's see what they come with.
Caldwell banker Marty Ayers, thank you for your support of Northpoint Christian School Trojans. Salisbury with a carry.
Boy, he'll pick up maybe one or two.
Tackle by number 71 of the Eagles.
Zach Baker, number 17, making his first start at free safety.
Second down.
Brandon, we're going more to a cover 3 tonight. We're usually a 2 deep. With the little bit of an injury, we're going to break that down. We're going to pull Nern down into that strong safety position tonight, number 13. Second down and long.
Great play by Hartsuff.
Salisbury off the right side.
Again, it's a luxury
for the Eagles.
with that coverage to be able to have 3 down linemen that are going to be able to apply the pressure. They did give up a few yards there, but still solid play.
Absolutely.
Josh Hartsuff.
Great play by Nern coming up. Third down and probably a long 4.
High snap, slow things down.
Great play by Agapos.
Yes.
Boy, he filled that hole quickly. Saunders was there also, but Agapos is the one that filled it.
So again, 3 and out.
All right, 2 possessions, 2 punts. Nern deep for the Eagles on our own 44-yard line. That'll be once again a shank off the right. I mean,
Priest punt goes out of bounds.
I mean, it could not be any better.
And when you see that's when you realize how important special teams are.
Yeah.
And when you have great special teams players, how much of a luxury it is for your team, and then because it can be a big hole, which is a third of the game. So Eagles will start again, this time in Trojan territory.
Hatcher will come out with the play from the sideline. Pennington Hartsuff, left side of the line. Webster Coote, the right side. Greenwood in the backfield. Agapos fullback.
Hatcher having to make something out of that broken play. A bad snap.
Yeah, we'll pick up one.
Helmet's off, but he got a few yards.
Tackle by number 10 for the Trojans. Gray to Priest, and a whole host of Trojans on the tackle as well.
Great heads-up play by Hatcher. Was able to pick the ball up. They should let him come back in, Brandon, don't you think?
Well, is there a rule? If your helmet comes off, do you have to take a...
It is in college.
We'll see if Bennett Brady heads out there, number 3. No, it looks like Hatcher's... He's going to be able to stay in the game. At the end of the day, he got a yard on that. Yep, I think the refs are...
There we go.
Saying nope. Because the hat came off. Hatcher has to sit out at least one play. Bennett Brady, the sophomore, will come on.
Gentlemen, while we've got a break in the action, we want to acknowledge.
I know that's the rule, but I mean, obviously, that wasn't from a hit.
Yeah.
With the Northpoint Christian School cheerleaders, Blakely Roberts.
All right, Bennett Brady going to come in for quarterback. Hatcher got his helmet taken off. Stretch play to Greenwood on the right side. Once again, finds an opening. Turns the speed on. That'll be a first down. Eagles to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 9. You know, I was surprised that he came in and got under center and took the snap.
Yeah. Hey, you're right. Actually, you're right about that. Yeah.
I thought he'd go straight to shotgun.
But you don't see Josiah Tingley, roll many back there. He's usually really on point.
Right.
And,
37-yard line.
That was a State Farm first down for the Eagles. Pennington stretched out to this side of the field, number 19. Stevens up top. Agapos, your fullback. Play action. Looking for Saunders. Great catch by Saunders. Just between his arms. Almost had it.
Yeah, it was a little low.
Saunders incomplete.
But the play certainly was there, and you'll see the Eagles go back to it certainly
Brings up
at some point.
10.
Well, that was the first pass attempt of the game.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, ball on the 37. If you're at home and you're thinking that we're probably, close to the PA, I mean, we're literally on top of it.
Yeah, we got a speaker.
Let's go defense.
We can't hear ourselves talk.
2nd and long, Greenwood off the left side, finds a hole. Opened up over there by Hartsuff and Pennington.
Number 24 up the
Just
middle.
great blocking up front.
Got a fumble.
On the play.
Let's see.
You're calling him down? No.
Trojans ball.
They're saying he fumbled it, and it will go to the Trojans. It didn't look like it. I didn't see the fumble.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it didn't happen. It didn't look like it happened until he already hit the ground. We're trying to see our replay on our end. If you're live streaming it with us, you can double tap it and go back 10, 15 seconds. Try to see that replay. Nonetheless, Trojans have another shot.
Trojans will be on their own 31-yard line.
Thomason on the carry for the Trojans.
Great
right
job by the
left side.
defense. Preston Daniel in on that tackle, staying home.
Tackle by number 17, Zach Baker.
Baker up from that strong safety, well, from free safety, actually.
Yeah.
Brings up second down. Second down.
But that was one of the certainly storylines coming into this game. You know, seeing young guys like Zach Baker, Tucker White. You know, they then step up. You know, how much did they grow up over this past week? Now that they have been given some greater responsibilities.
Yeah, well, no doubt. Zach Baker, the intensity compared to last week. Much higher.
Salisbury off the left side.
Dern on the tackle. Hill there as well.
13. Peter Neer.
Going to be short, so third down.
For the Eagles, brings up third down
couple.
short for the Trojans.
All right, third down and short. All right, Ethan Saunders wraps him up, but not after he gets the first down.
Number 35,
no, that's Agapos.
Salisbury on the carry. Andrew Agapas. First down, Trojans.
You know, every week before we play, Jeff Hill comes into our room and gives us a rundown of the opposing team. You know, he's got
complete with pronunciations.
Yes,
wow, he does his homework.
Now I appreciate it.
Yeah. We gotta we need to extend the same courtesy to our friends at Northpoint. Oh, he got around there.
Salisbury around the right side. Good enough for another Trojan.
Got to pick up about 14, Brandon.
Yep. And so 2 first downs in a row after holding them 2 straight 3-and-outs. Now the Northpoint offense moving the football. Back-to-back first downs. Lance Salisbury carrying the rock. Great read by Austin Hill.
Pass incomplete on the left side. Intended receiver number 5, Cameron Holman. Holman brings up second down.
The throw was there, but that was a classic example of a receiver thinking about running it. But he knew Austin Hill, he felt that Agapos and Baker there to make the stop. It will be fourth down. Looks like Northpoint didn't take them they didn't think too much about this. They're going for it in Eagle territory. 4th and 1.
No doubt about that. Agapos gets him down, but not before a first down for the Trojans. You know, last week, Houston, I think back to that 95-yard play, we had 2 guys right there. Missed the tackle. Just made a move, we missed him. Kind of like right there on that other third down play. Just, we were there. We're not breaking down as well as we need to. Ducking our heads a little too much. All right, 4 wide receivers to the top. All right. Boy, Austin Hill right there. He'd love to have that back.
Great jump on the ball.
Boy.
Holman, incomplete.
Boy, he's so excited he jumped a little early.
Yep.
Brings up second down.
But like you said, that's where you see a freshman quarterback. Going with that first read, throwing it in there, and Austin Hill was able to make at least the deflection. Counter back the other way to the left.
On the counter, off the
Cleveland
left
in on the
side.
tackle. Good strong stand from the Eagles there.
Nice job,
Ethan
Saunders.
Saunders
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Cleveland brings up third down, about 11.
Boy, Cleveland's been a great addition to
Yeah.
give those guys some relief up front.
Yeah, when you got guys like Hartsuff who are able to get a play off, regroup, and come back out.
All right, we'll bring Griffin Garrison in, outside linebacker. That'll back
Flag on the play.
Northpoint up 5. Illegal procedure.
I think.
No, they went
it's
the other
on
way.
us. Yeah. Yeah, I think the referee's confused.
Okay, there we go. Let's go the other way. There
Yep.
we go.
The call was against the Trojans.
Okay, all right. I mean, their whole receiver went 5
Yeah,
yards.
yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah. There's no mistaking on that one.
we can move if we get back.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
All right, that's third down and probably 16. Chris, you got me now? No? I don't. Doesn't work or just don't have me?
Under a minute now in this first quarter of play.
That's all right.
Eagles up 7-0. 3rd and 15. Pass out of over the middle, kind of throw it behind his guy, in and out of the hands, and it will be 4th down.
Logan Henry
Well, he was sure open, wasn't he?
brings
Yes,
up
he
fourth
was.
down.
That's one of those plays you just kind of get lucky. Clock does stop with 33 seconds. And they will go for it again on 4th down. Great pressure up the middle from Hartsuff.
Great pick, Ethan Saunders. Fantastic.
Intercepted by number 6.
Good defensive answer there in response. He got a couple first downs out there, but ultimately Josh Hartsuff with some great pressure up the middle, getting in the quarterback's face, forcing that pass. And Ethan Saunders right there for the pick.
Great play by Saunders. Saved us probably 30 yards of
Yeah.
field position. Eagles get the ball on our own 39. 22 seconds to go in this first quarter. We're on top of the press box. Northpoint has got a great sports facility here. They're building a brand new soccer field off in the distance. Just renovated their baseball field. Greenwood off the left side. He might get 1 or 2 dancing around.
Jalen Greenwood on the carry.
Looks like that will
52.
be the last play of the first quarter.
Connor McNabb brings up 2nd down.
Final seconds ticking off. Eagles up 7-0.
All right, Brandon,
One
let's
down
run through our sponsors here. If you can just kind of hammer these out as I get through here.
All right, here we go. We'll get started with State Farm. Sean Wilkins Sr., like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. He sponsors every first down. We hope to get a lot of those tonight, and here we are. Pediatric Dental Group, Scott, and then we got Scott House Family, Bank 3, Benny James Service Company. Certainly more than air conditioning and plumbing. They do it all. That's Darren Wilkes. Appreciate that. Regal Pharma Lab. We also have Sammy Reagan, Millwork, the Sammy Reagan family with MSC, Commercial Cabinets. Strategic Financial Partners, Hamp Holcomb, Barrett Jones, Bill Edwards, and Chandler Gagnon. And Tim Wilson Compliance Associates. He sponsors every kickoff, punt, and field goal. Then we have Buff City Soap, Kevin Hursky family. They sponsor the pregame show. We also have Matt Stevens family. Thank you, Matt. Russell Oliver and Stevens Attorneys.
Of this year,
I wanted to go back one and just say thanks to Memphis Children's Clinic. Jake Vargo family, yep, right there.
Absolutely.
benefiting the David Manning.
All right, we're going to get back to the action. So far, our stream has held up well. We've had one little blink. I kind of corrected that. So
Clayton MacGyver Floriani.
Bill Gates. All right, Hatcher looking deep. Boy, wide open.
Hatcher's
Tough play. It
Boy,
was there.
Jack Stevens was there, right in his hands.
11,
I mean, probably one of the best passes Hatcher's thrown on the year.
Yeah. It was on target.
Got to have that play.
Brings up third down.
I know Stevens is just sick.
Yeah.
Just sick about that. First quarter, total offense, Brandon, 62 yards to Northpoint's 48. 8 plays for 62. That's us. Northpoint 18 for 48.
Yeah, most of it on that last possession they had, which ultimately ended up with no points on the board.
Greenwood stretched to the left, cuts it up. He'll pick up probably 13 maybe?
Yep, that's definitely a State Farm Sean Wilkins Sr. first down.
On the tackle, number 10, Gray to Priest, but not before the Eagles. First down.
Just an incredible run by Greenwood to the left. Had to make a spin move, breaking a tackle. Got several more after that.
All right, 1st and 10. Preston Daniel's going to be split out a little bit this side. Stevens at the bottom. Daniel, the inside receiver. Right up the middle to Greenwood once again. Nice cut. That'll pick up probably. They're going to give him 8.
For the Trojans, Mitchell Wright.
Kind of use Daniel as a decoy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that right side of the offensive line doing their job.
All right, Northpoint with the timeout.
Trojans. 10 minutes and 59
And with a
seconds
timeout, we'll go ahead and acknowledge strategic financial partners, Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. As the team's Northpoint's defense takes a moment to think things over as the Eagles are starting to move the ball. Certainly establishing some dominance on the offensive line. At the end of the day, we know that's going to be the bread and butter of Eagle football.
I'd love to get 2 more scores before halftime.
Yeah.
Go in with 21. Like we mentioned, nice crowd on hand tonight. Yep. We're not sweating, so that's two good things.
Yeah, that's a win right there. And you know the players got to be feeling good on the field. But again, for the Eagles, this is a second region game of the season. Beat Harding in week 3, and now here we are in South Haven at the midway point of the season.
Arthur, bottom of your screen. Boy, looked like another. Looked like we had a play action to Nern going on a post. That's going to back us up.
Delay of game is the call against the Eagles. Still
I hate to have that after a timeout.
Yeah.
All right, that'll bring up 2nd down and now 7. Well, the scoreboard says 8. I think it's more of a 7. All right, Arthur and Nern, bottom of your screen. We're going to flip Preston Daniel over. All right, right up the middle to Greenwood. Not a lot of room, maybe one.
It's going to be a tough 3rd down here.
Logan Henry, number 4, on the tackle for the Trojans. Brings up 3rd down long.
Yeah, it was more than just coach speak this week when you're talking to the various coaches about taking Northpoint very seriously.
Yeah.
And they know that this team, even though they didn't have any wins last year, they're coming to play, and they're taking this game very seriously.
All right, here we go. We need a receiver. These 2 guys, Arthur or Stevens, somebody needs to step up. Wow, Greenwood, he gets a 1st down. Nice lunge by Greenwood.
And that offensive line stepped up again, opening a great hole. Coot, Carlton Webster, Josiah Tingley doing a great job, and of course Greenwood.
ECS, 1st down.
Nice pickup by 6 by Greenwood. Ball on the 36-yard line. We're heading south.
State Farm, Sean Wilkins, 1st down.
That's right. All right, I backfield. Hill the fullback, Greenwood tailback. Play action to Hill. Nice pass. Hill gets around him. All right, tight ropes it down the sideline.
He wanted it. He wanted that.
I was holding out to see if he could get that in.
Alex Wright there for the Trojans.
I don't think any Trojans are excited about having to try to tackle that guy.
We've run that play several times. It's the best pass that Hatcher's thrown.
First down, 10.
Austin Hill has made several great catches, shoestring catches.
He caught last week against Houston. There was one I cannot believe he caught that one.
So that was just a great time to catch it and then could turn.
Plays like that, you understand why he's West Point bound.
That's right. All right, quarterback sneak.
Old trusty.
I tell you, our favorite.
Touchdown Eagles.
All right, that'll be touchdown Eagles.
Somewhere Coach Rodriguez is smiling.
Left in the second quarter play.
All right, that's a Benny James touchdown. Darren Wilkes family. That'll put the Eagles up 13-0. Evan Stuckey in to attempt the extra point.
Evan Stuckey.
All right, nice kick. Stuckey up and good.
Kick is good.
All right, Brandon. Great third down call. I probably would have put the ball in the air thinking that's what we did. Great. That's why I'm not the head coach.
Well, play to your strengths. And they know that, you give these guys, the offensive line, an opportunity to open up a hole and dominate the line of scrimmage. And, Jalen Greenwood, you give him an inch. He can certainly take much more than that. So you're absolutely right. That was the play of the drive, extended things, and they got it in the end zone. I think that they're just responding to you. You said get up 21-0 by half, and so they've held up that part of the bargain. Here we are, 14. They got 8 minutes, 42 seconds to get at least one more on the board.
That's right. That was the extra point brought to you by Compliance Associates, Tim Wilson family, and this kickoff as well. Thank you, Tim, for sponsoring special teams.
We
got.
You're on the sideline a lot. What's the demeanor of Greenwood on the sidelines coming off last week? Of course, he got the bulk of the load.
Well, the demeanor on the sideline, you just got hats off to a kid who, you see the hits he's taking on the field, and he comes over and he rests. There's a determination in there to want to get back out. But he understands he needs to take advantage of the time on the sideline to recuperate because he carries an incredible load.
Nice tackle by 25, Jacob Welch.
Yep.
You need that?
Sure. But, Jalen last week, 20 carries, 134 yards. His ankle, you could tell, was giving him problems, but at the same time, he went out there, showed a lot of toughness and grit, and played a great game.
Great play. Ethan Saunders, Austin Hill.
And, of course, we're missing Matthew McMeans. That was a game-time decision, but ultimately he's out. So, again, most of the workload is on Jalen Greenwood's shoulders again this week. But it's always nice to be able to have that balance and that 1-2 punch with those two athletes in the backfield. So McMeans can get rested up and prepared for Collierville and then region play. Great play by Zach Baker.
Off the right side.
Zach Baker from the safety. That's almost 3 to 4 tackles by Baker already tonight.
Brings up third down short for the Trojans.
All right, third down 2. Hand off to Salisbury once again. Boy, that's going to be close.
Salisbury on a carry. Preston Daniel on the tackle for the Eagles. First down, Trojans.
So Trojans do move the chains.
All right, that front line still in there. Coote, Webster, and Hartsuff. Actually, Coote just goes out. We're going to get Pleben in, 53. He'll take over that left defensive tackle.
Yeah, Pleben's been a big part of the rotation tonight. Zach Baker, he came in there strong. Great cutback, and Peter Nern's going to clean it up, though.
Great play.
Fumble. Looks like the ball's on the ground. It looked like Nern did go for the strip.
Peter Nern.
But the Trojans recover.
Man, that's a great, I mean, to see Zach Baker do that, you can't get a kid to do that a lot of times. Come in off that safety to see run that quick and come in and disrupt that play. And great speed to go along with it.
Considerable loss at the end. When it's all said and done, a loss of 5. So 2nd down and long.
Flag on the play. Logan Henry there to receive that pass.
Boy, Austin Hill came in and just tattooed him.
And there's a flag down, so was it a targeting call? That's what we got to wait on.
Austin a little banged up himself on that one.
Yeah.
We don't need him to go down, that's for sure.
Absolutely. The guy on the business end of that hit, though, on the field for Northpoint. Certainly hope he's okay.
He didn't go after the head.
Personal foul.
But you wonder, is it one of the defenseless player?
Yeah,
you know, there's
probably a little too early.
Yeah. So maybe not necessarily leading with the head, but I think I always think of Austin in that BGA hit last year. He's when there's an opening, he can certainly
Logan Henry on his feet.
Make a big impact.
All right, Logan Henry up for the point.
Good to see him up.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Austin Hill is going to be okay. He's walking it off on the sideline. All right, well, next man up, Griffin Garrison, number 18, outside linebacker for Hill. Chris Weissman in now, far corner.
We're staying with 3 down linemen. Pennington back out there with Hartsuff and Pleben.
Nice play by Agapos, filling the gap.
Up the middle, take on number 35.
$14-0 lead for the Eagles right now with 5:57. Referees debating some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct, perhaps. It looks like it's going to be all on Northpoint.
Personal foul against the Trojans. Personal foul against the Eagles. Offsetting.
Oh, offsetting. Okay.
Offsetting dead ball.
First and 10, Trojans. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Giving our guys a little pep talk. All right, Pleben, Pennington now at nose. Carlton Webster at left tackle. Garrison grabs onto him, but he drags him 3 or 4 yards.
Close to the first down. First and 10 Trojans. Tackle by number 18.
No doubt that Northpoint has had success in the run game. Not getting much, if anything, done in the air, but Salisbury has been very effective on the ground.
Nern turns it back.
Salisbury cuts back to the inside. Good enough for another.
Tell you what, Preston Daniel didn't make that tackle.
Yeah.
Tackle by number 33 for the Eagles, Preston Daniels.
You know, you don't quite feel the intensity in the air for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
yeah.
what. That's just the flow of the game itself has kind of got a little bit of the air out of our balloon. All right, that'll just swallow him up. Finally get a good stop. Dietrich, Pennington there. Cleveland was there.
Salisbury on the carry.
Seems like they've been continuing to put Pennington right on the nose. It seems like the center snaps are a little low. Having to look up into the face mask of Dietrich Pennington. Clock continues to tick, though. 4.5 minutes left in the first half of play here. Second down and 10 with the Trojans in Eagle territory. And it looks like the Trojans will call a timeout.
Timeout. Trojans. 4:19 left in this second quarter of play. ECS 14. Northpoint Christian School Trojans 0.
Take an opportunity here as we call a timeout. That's a Northpoint timeout. They have one left in the half. Eagles are have all three on the board still, but Strategic Financial Partners, thank you for sponsoring our timeouts on the ECS Eagles live stream. Ham Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. We thank all our sponsors that make this show and give us the opportunity to bring Eagle football to all you Eagle fans out there.
Brennan, next week, homecoming.
Homecoming, a lot of festivities that come with that. Collierville is going to be coming in to Legends Field, so it's going to be should be a big, obviously a festive atmosphere, but be an interesting opponent to welcome into welcome to Macon Road.
Several classes, reunions will be on hand. The annual clown parade. It's going to be a great week.
Had one in that last year.
Yeah.
Always a good time in the clown parade.
All right, second down 10. Northpoint on the ground once again.
Bounce outside. Good job by Pennington forcing him out of bounds.
Griffin Garrison.
Yeah. Pardon me.
Nice job, Garrison.
Griffin Garrison.
Garrison was the scout team player of the week a few weeks ago. Just tough to block, gritty player, real smart player.
But a great job just stretching that out. Using the sideline as your ally.
All right, Austin Hill back in, number 4. We'll put the ball in the air. All right, was that Nern?
It's Nern. He gets the pick. He has an opening. He's going to head to the sideline. One guy to beat.
He might go in to the 5. Touchdown, Nern. Pick 6 for the Eagles. No flags.
13, Peter Nern.
And that's a kind of big defensive play. We've made a few tonight. Ethan Saunders, of course, with the interception earlier, but that one, not only getting the pick, but taking it to the house.
69-yard pick and return. Thanks, Chris. 69-yard grab by Nern. Takes that all the win. That's a MSC Commercial Cabinets stat of the night. Thank you, Sammy Reagan family.
And it's a Benny James air conditioning touchdown.
Stuckey drives that one through.
Extra point is good.
Thank you to Benny James.
3:51 left in this second quarter play.
Yeah, the Darren Wilkes family.
Yep, and thank you also to Compliance Associates for special teams tonight.
Thank you, Tim Wilson.
Northpoint Christian School Trojans.
All right, Brendan, there's our 21. That's all I wanted.
They did it, blackjack.
That's all I needed.
There you go.
Let's see, what's next? Should we stop there?
Well, I don't. You know, if you want to challenge them and say let's get 28 on the board, I think they're up for it. But you did mention, we were kind of flat out here.
Yeah.
There was, with the exception of the motions running hot on the field a little bit. But maybe this is going to put a little pep in the guys' steps and get them fired up, because they have. While Northpoint has had some glimpses and they've been able to move the football, the Eagles have we've dominated the football game.
That's right.
And so, kind of a bend, but I know it's cliche, but bend but don't break defense, and that was another example of that. Gave up a few first downs, but ultimately got the interception. And a guy like Nern, he gets his hands on the football. He's thinking touchdown.
They gave us more trouble last year than they have this year so far. And last year
point.
Salisbury got a lot of touches last year.
On the right side.
Stuckey.
Hadn't seen that often.
Yeah. Good field position there for Northpoint with 3:51 left in the half.
You never know. They could have said, hey, let's try to position this.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's not get a touchback. Let's put this in the corner. And he's
a young kicker.
That's right.
Although if they told him to put one in the corner last week and he got it down to the 1 yard line, you couldn't do it any better. We unfortunately know the result of that, but still a tremendous kick to get things going.
All right, let's see what we got. Number 5, we got Caden Hill in now at outside linebacker. Little jet sweep.
Flag on the play.
You're talking about the Trojans giving us more problems last year, and I mean, you can't help but think one of those reasons is you do have youth at the quarterback position. You have a freshman quarterback. He has made some bad throws, and ECS defense is was able to capitalize on those with those 2 interceptions.
So jet sweep. Looks like picked up maybe 1 or 2. Flag on the play was waved off. Last year the field was wet as well.
That's right.
We had trouble cutting. We tried to get outside, couldn't do much. McMean slipped a lot, so then we ran right up the middle.
And that seemed to work pretty well.
Timeout on the play.
All right, timeout Northpoint.
All right, Strategic Financial Partners timeout. Thank you, Ham Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones, being a sponsor of the live stream for ECS Eagles football. Sponsoring every timeout. 3:31 left in the first half of play. Right now, 21-0 Eagles. When they get back on the field and continues second down and 9 at the 36, the Trojans trying to get something positive going before they go into the locker room, but the ECS Eagles defense being very stingy tonight.
3:31 to go.
Lance Salisbury has had some success, but ultimately ECS hasn't given up the big play. And have been able to contain the Trojans.
I would say 5 years ago, maybe 6 for sure, I would think. These guys played in the state championship.
Yeah.
So just had a few little rough years here, but they will be back.
Austin Hill back in the game. Great containment.
Austin Hill.
Helmet coming off for Salisbury. He's going to have to sit out of play.
Folks, we've got a Trojan down on the field.
A separate Trojan down on the field. Looks like a lineman. But just a great play by Austin Hill, not unusual. Has a nose for the football, just able to stay at home, contain, let the play come to him, and then he made the tackle.
All right, so we got Will Arthur down at the cornerback, number 14, this side of the field. Chris Weissman up top. Agapos Saunders, inside backers. Preston Daniel, Austin Hill, outside backers. Carlton Webster, Coot, and Hartsuff, your down lineman. So, I tell you what, we got the main guys in there still. We're trying to build on this lead. 3rd and 9, passing situation. Caden Hill at strong safety for Nern. Nern must have gotten out of breath a little bit.
Yeah. He earned it. Low snap.
Glad on the play. Thomason on carry to the right side.
Couldn't outrun Austin Hill to the corner. Turned it back inside.
Yeah, that'll be a
Eagles
hold.
made a great job.
I would think we would decline that.
Yep.
Great pursuit by the Eagles.
Holding is the call against the Trojans. Brings up 4th down.
Brendan, I'm looking across at the stands, which are there's 2 stands. We'll zoom in over there in just a minute. I'll tell you what,
Timeout.
Mike, zoom into the stands on the far side. I mean, there's not a seat in there.
Yeah, they're bunched in there pretty good, but makes you proud. We travel.
I'm telling you, there's just nowhere to sit.
And this is a road game. You're going
if you
45 minutes out of town.
Yeah, if you got here late, you're on the fence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Spinal decompression for herniated discs, laser therapy to reduce pain and inflammation, and massage therapy, as well as a complete array of diagnostic and chiropractic procedures for rapid pain relief.
All right, 4th down. I mean, I don't see you going for this.
Yeah. It looks like they already had the punt team out there, and
Get you back to 100% as quickly as possible.
so they're and the first 2 punts weren't too good for the Trojans, so you can pretty much if that's any indication, Eagles will have pretty good field position with 2.5 minutes left in the first half of play. So still certainly an opportunity to score here.
Looks like we're going to may go after the punt. Nern a fair catch that on the 42.
Peter Nern.
Went after it, couldn't quite get to it.
Yep. But certainly the punter felt the pressure. Actually, argue is his best punt of the night.
First down and 10. Ball spotted
but didn't go very far.
No, great job by Nern coming up and not letting it bounce.
Yeah.
All right, 2:33 to go in the half. Right at the middle to Greenwood's got some room.
Greenwood on the carry.
Boy, he wanted to get outside quick, didn't he?
Logan Henry.
Well, that's going to move the chains. It's a State Farm. Sean Wilkins, first down.
On the tackle for the Trojans. First
Great
down
carry
10,
by Jalen
Eagles.
Greenwood. Austin Hill's been getting a lot of minutes at fullback tonight. He's
Ball spotted on the 44-yard
had a great
line.
catch, but has spent most of his time on the offensive side of the ball opening up holes for Jalen Greenwood.
Stevens and Daniel, bottom of your screen. Arthur up top.
Ooh. A little too far for Preston Daniel.
Yeah, nice throw. Nice outside shoulder.
Yep.
Just a little too much heat on it.
Daniel had a great touchdown reception last week.
Was that a little out and up? Daniel was inside receiver.
So we know how effective he can be as a receiving threat.
Yeah, that's a new little wrinkle. I haven't seen that yet. Arthur up top. Nern at the bottom.
Greenwood on the carry off the left side. Tackle by number 10 for the Trojans. Ray DePriest.
Yeah, great play by DePriest
Yeah.
versus Northpoint. Greenwood had a little room to run. Got tripped up. 3rd down and 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
All right, who do we go to here, Brandon?
Well, you got to imagine they're going to be obviously going to put it up in the air. You want to give one of these younger guys another opportunity, like a Jack Stevens or Will Arthur. At some point, they're going to have to. But then
again,
why go away from that?
Tackle by number 10.
I will say last time they did that was a 3rd and 6.
Yeah.
A little more reasonable than 3rd and 9.
I guess coach is thinking I've got 2 plays.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
for 4th down, so now I don't have to get it all the first time. All right, 1:07 to go in the half. Eagles up 21-0. 4th and probably long 4.
That's my question to you. Are we going to just pound it, or do we get cute?
I think we're gonna pound it.
Pound it?
I do.
Family Medical, Dr. Skinner.
But like you said earlier, that
urgent
kind of play action bootleg, that's been very effective.
I could see us hitting a little flat right again to Hill, maybe.
Yeah.
Just something high percentage.
Hatcher's very good with that throw.
Dr. Brian Henry, thank you for your support of Northpoint Christian School football.
Got a little note from Chris Williams, maybe a hard count here. Yep, they did it.
Yep.
Didn't move.
Not going to get it.
He didn't get it. Wow.
Tackle by number 10, Gray DePriest.
Boy, he had some room too, just could not get his feet up.
Ball's going to go over on downs. Trojans, 1st and 10.
Tell you what, DePriest has made some good plays tonight.
Yes, he has.
I don't have the replay on that, but called his name several times.
So turnover on downs. The Trojans have 1 minute, 3 seconds left. See what they can do with it here. But Eagles defense has been game for the most part. See Caden Hill in there.
Salisbury on the carry.
Yeah, great play by Agapos, not overrunning it.
Tackle by number 35.
I feel like he's in, I don't have the official stats, but I feel like he's in double digits on tackles.
Absolutely. He and Saunders probably.
Yeah.
Brings up 2nd down.
Which is their job. Outside
Absolutely.
guys funnel them back into those 2. That'll be a 1st down. Nice throw and catch by Northpoint.
To number 11, Kurt McIntosh. Going to be close to a 1st down. Folks, that is
The clock is ticking. And this is where using all those timeouts early in the half really hurt the Trojans because they got no timeouts left. A running clock, trying to run it.
off the right side.
And they're going to probably try to hurry up and spike it, but they're going to run out of time here.
Dietrich Pennington there on the tackle for the Eagles. Brings up 2nd down, 4.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah,
3 seconds
they'll
and
be
counting.
lucky if they get one, and that's not going to happen. Yeah.
All right, that'll do it. That'll take us to halftime.
Folks, that will
We'll get a few stats here in just a minute. We do not have a halftime guest tonight, so we'll wrap it up here in just a minute. Give you guys at home a time to grab something out of the fridge, or if you're traveling, to pull into a gas station. And
That's right.
before you get back on the road.
Take a break. Top off your tank. But hey, you called it. Let's get 21 on the board.
That's right.
And there it is. And they were able to be creative in the way they were able to do that. Really effective offensively on the ground, allowing Jalen Greenwood to do what he does best. But the defense has come up big in their own right. Peter Nern, 69-yard pick six, a huge play, and that's the kind of big play you need.
It was like everybody's walking off healthy.
Yeah. That's a blessing.
That's right.
Compared to at this point last week, we were still curious. We didn't know what was wrong with Carson. And fortunate that he's not out as long as first feared. Matthew McMeans had just come off the field, and we were uncertain whether he was going to come back in the second half. He ultimately did not come back in the second half of the Houston Mustang game, and he's still out, but hopefully he'll be back soon. And you could even see the team, they don't believe in moral victories, but the team stepped up and did showed a lot of tenacity and grit and responding to what that game really demanded of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
But this is the response coming out in the first half on the road against a regional opponent and taking care of business. I'm sure there's a lot of things Coach Adams, though, wants them to tighten up and get better in the second half.
Yeah, I think just the intensity maybe just to let's go ahead and put this thing away, let our guys sit down and we're going to get the ball the second half to start off with. Let's get the ball. Let's score quickly. Get in and out of this thing. All right, we're going to let this thing kind of simmer for just a minute. We got the sponsors up there, and we're going to just take a little break here, and we will be back right after the half.
Emma Leslie, is your band ready to take the field?
check. All right, welcome back. Second half action, 40 seconds. ECS will be receiving. Got a few halftime stats here. These stats, of course, brought to you by the Sammy Reagan family at MSC Commercial Millworks. Sammy's company does commercial, of course, but also they do residential as well. So give those guys a call. Let him give you you guys a quote. All right, total offense tonight. ECS so far this first half, 150 yards to Northpoint's 94. Pretty even. ECS has 20 plays, Northpoint 33. Northpoint runs a little more of a hurry-up offense than ECS, so you're going to expect a few more plays to get off. Passing, Hatcher 1 of 4 for 35 yards. 2 of 8 for 14 yards, Northpoint.
Yep, offside right out of the gate. And heads-up play by the Eagles to recover on that. Good job.
Logan Arnwine. Nice job, Logan. That was watch some film right there. From last week. Rushing, 16 rushes for 115 yards. That's Greenwood mainly. Also, Northpoint, 25 rushes for 80 yards. Third down conversions, we're 2 out of 3. Last week, not so good. We were under 500 on that, under 50%. Northpoint, 3 of 9. All right, ball on the 45-yard line, 46. Right out of the gate to Greenwood. He's got a crease. He could go all the way here. Boy, great to get him around him to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Greenwood. Nice.
Big hole over there on the left side.
55-yard run by Jalen Greenwood. First play from scrimmage to start this third period. Well, that'll tack on to that already 115 yards.
Yep. Yeah, we know that was at least over 50. It looks like we started at about somewhere between the 40 and the 45-yard line.
All right, we'll call that officially 54 by Chris Williams. Nern on the hold. Stuckey with the kick up and good. That'll put the Eagles on top, 28-0.
So some quick math, 170, 169 on the ground there now for the Eagles. After that gallop by Jalen Greenwood, getting the Eagles back in the end zone and up 28-0. Again, we got to get on our sponsors when you have those quick scores like that.
Doubt.
Tim Wilson, Compliance Associates, extra point. Evan Stuckey with the kick. And, of course, the touchdown. Benny James Service Company. Anytime we get 6 on the board, we thank Benny James Service Company, the Darren Wilkes family. Quick strike.
Tell you what, this has gone exactly how Coach Adams planned. We defer the first half, stop them, 3 and out, get the ball on our 40-yard line, basically score, and from then it's been downhill all the way. Then we get the ball here, first play from scrimmage, we get pay dirt. All right, looks like Salisbury may catch this on the 3. All right, here we get ganged up. Late whistle on the call.
Number 35, Andrew Agapas.
Man, he's gone. Yeah. Agapas.
Trojans take over. First down, 10.
They've gotten close.
They got close. It's an improvement. We tried to help them out at halftime.
Agape. All right, a little misdirection, a little cross-buck play. Boy, great play. Ethan Saunders.
Preston Daniel did a great job containing, making sure the play went back inside, and Saunders was right there where he was supposed to be.
Brings up second down.
Nice little gain, though. Pick up about 5, so second down and 5. Arthur at corner. Up top, Tucker White.
That was our guy, Agapos again.
Yeah, Agapos, Carlton Webster, Dietrich Pennington.
Salisbury on the carry.
Salisbury slow getting up, and they've been going to him a lot. So you can only imagine the dings and the bruises he's got right now.
All right, 3rd and long.
Pennington in the face there. Just a solid hit. Great tackle by Austin Hill.
Well, I tell you what, just great form tackle, drives him to the ground. If you're Northpoint, if you're that receiver, you don't want to bring that ball back and throw it back at the QB.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You do that.
Yeah.
You go catch that.
Oof.
I mean, that was, if you could zero in, that was probably one of the best form tackles I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't leave his feet, head's not down. Legal.
Legal. It's a good football play.
All right, we'll have a return, but no way with that kick. He'll get a Northpoint bounce. It'll cross about to the ECS 48-yard line. We call it the 47.5. We'll bring the offense back out. 9:40 to go.
Looks like.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The same first team still out there. Certainly not comfortable enough to just start running. Getting your the backups reps. But 28-0 with 9:40 left in the third quarter. First offense still out there.
Yeah, Caden Hill at receiver will be the only one, number 5 here at the bottom of your screen. That's not a starter that's out there. All right, little play action. Looking for Agapos. Just underthrown. He sometimes can't quite. He throws better to the left actually than the right. Hit Hill just in stride, just a little short on that one. Nice catch by Agapos.
But to your point, if it was better placement, Agapos could have got that and got at least a first down out of it.
All right, here we go. Arthur, looking for Arthur and Stevens.
Just overthrew him just a little bit.
Yeah, we had a little trouble there. Looks like rarely are two guys supposed to be in the same path. Stevens got held up at the line of scrimmage. Somebody didn't cut their route off. All right, 3rd down and 8. We've run this a few times. There we go. Boy, that's going to be a nice run by Greenwood. Turns on the speed. See if he can get the corner.
Greenwood on the carry. Pushed out of bounds.
All right, nice job by Greenwood. We needed 8. We got about 28.
Yep. Good enough for a State Farm. Sean Wilkins first down. So moving the chain again for the Eagles, and they're knocking on the door again.
All right, that might be about all we see of Greenwood tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to bring Tucker White in now with 8:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. All right, White off the left side. Nice cut.
Got an opening. Oh.
Yeah, great job of blocking by Josiah Tingley to open that hole up.
Logan Henry saving a touchdown.
Boy, no, Coach Adams. Yeah, Coach Adams loves to see White get that nice yardage with Greenwood on the sideline.
Good vision there by White to see the hole. Shift gears a bit.
That's right, great cut. Same play that side. He'll get behind Pleben and Pennington.
Tucker White on the carry.
We'll make it 1 on the play.
Previous carry was a State Farm. Sean Wilkins first down, moving the chains.
It sure was. It was a big one.
Of course, now, after the subsequent carry, it's now 2nd and 8. Collective rushing, you got to be over 200 at this point. Getting there anyways.
Weissman, bottom of your screen, looking for Saunders. Nice play by Northpoint to bat that ball down.
Saunders broken up by number 14 back there for the Trojans, Alex Wright.
All right, 7:02 to go. Big third down and 8. Let's get a big play here and get these guys off the field. All right, we're going to bring Stevens and Nern out to the right side. Stevens outside receiver.
Hatcher's pass intended for number 11.
Once again to Stevens, can't hold on to it.
Incomplete. Fourth down.
Can tell if he got a hand in there or not.
Yeah.
Close.
Tough angle for us seeing it up here. Fourth down and 8. Get some points on the board at least.
All right, 28-yarder by Stuckey. Boy, nice kick. Up and good.
Kick is up and good for Stokey.
And we got a Tim Wilson Compliance Associates field goal there, extending the Eagles' lead to 31-0 over the Northpoint Trojans. There we have it. Thank you, Tim Wilson family, for being a part of this live stream and making it possible for us to bring it to all the Eagle fans.
Trojan fans, we want to acknowledge our
saw Tim earlier tonight. Of course, he's here to see his son Garrett, also a ninth grader, so we'll see Garrett, I'm sure, here shortly.
Lauren Stubbs, co-captain.
A few scores, Brandon, from around the area. At halftime, FACS was up on St. George's 21-14. Harding down 42-0 at the half to Lausanne. Briarcrest up 42-14 over Pope John Paul. St. Benedict was down 7-0 to Christian Brothers. Wow, that's a shock right there.
Yeah.
Cannot believe Christian Brothers has not put them away.
But Briarcrest, huge win over a Nashville powerhouse NBA last week. Kind of a statement win for that team. And they're putting it on St. Benedict tonight.
Nice play by Jack Stevens there on that tackle. Someone said that last week Briarcrest had a big win over NBA.
Yeah, NBA.
First time ever. But that NBA's, of course we're not Briarcrest fans, but you would know the Nashville scene. You're from there, but NBA down this year a little bit. Regardless, they won.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you get a win over a program like NBA, whether they're down or not, they're certainly always going to be relevant. You got those guys, NBA, Ensworth, Brentwood Academy. They're constantly reloading with talent. So
I think NBA plays Baylor maybe this week or tonight, so we'll know a little more how good that win was.
Yeah, absolutely.
As the season goes on. Arthur, bottom of your screen, Griffin Garrison at outside linebacker. Nern at safety. Garrison right there to make the tackle.
Salisbury.
Nice play by Garrison, setting the edge, not letting him lose containment.
It's like Northpoint's left tackle, a little shooken up. He'll stay out there. Can't help but be impressed with the resiliency of Salisbury there for Northpoint. He's been called on a lot tonight, taking a lot of hits. He keeps coming.
Dustin Brown intended for number 27.
3rd and 9 for Northpoint there, putting it up in the air, but not a lot open. Will Arthur on the coverage. Ball was out of bounds.
Ray Priest set up the punt for the Trojans. Nern set to receive.
All right, Nern back deep. Let's see if we can't get a return. We'll have return on. That'll be a fair catch. That'll right 43, 44-yard line.
Yep.
Ball is down there by the Trojans, number 64.
Looks like good call that Greenwood will probably be taking it easy the rest of the game. Tucker White back out at tailback.
That's right. We're going to get Coote out of the game. We're going to bring in Blake Barnett, right tackle. We're still going to keep most of the other guys in. Pennington left tackle, Pleban left guard, Tingley center, Carlton Webster right guard, and Barnett right tackle. Hand off to White right up the middle. Pickup of 11. Nice run.
Real close to a first down on that one. Great job feeling out the hole.
And move the chains.
And it is. State Farm, Sean Wilkins first down.
Eagles first down.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ball on the 46-yard line of the Trojans.
Thanks as always to Sean Wilkins Sr. Thanks also to Sean Wilkins Jr.
Yeah.
Those guys throw out the footballs every week at home, so we'll have some of those probably next week.
Big time for homecoming, absolutely.
All right, Hatcher looking.
Stepped up. No one there. Looks like there's going to be a roughing the passer, though.
No doubt.
Flag is on the play.
So that will
Roughing the pass.
All right, that's good as a 15-yard pass play.
Yep.
You know, last week I think on that sheet, I think the Eagles were penalized maybe 50 yards. Is that right?
Yeah.
We've had.
It sounds about right.
We've had a few of those the past several weeks, kind of.
Yeah.
And tonight it seems we've kind of gotten out of that rut a little bit. I was thinking also last week against Houston reminded me of last year against Lausanne.
Yeah.
We had played so well up to that game. Uncharacteristically, we fumbled at Lausanne, kind of like we did last week.
Those uncharacteristic plays, and just kind of the discipline kind of falls apart a little bit.
That's right.
But then again, the pressure of the opponent, that is absolutely going to play into that scenario.
Tucker White off the left side for a 3-yard gain.
Not done with Greenwood just yet. He's coming back in.
Logan Arnwine now in at fullback. Ethan Saunders, tight end. Caden Hill, bottom of your screen. Greenwood, a lot of room around the left side. Touchdown. Flag on the play.
There is a flag on the play.
Boy, it was happening so fast. I'm
not sure what happened
you know
either.
they're going to
Looks
call
like
a
it's gonna be
hold.
holding, but yeah. Looked like they threw the flag in the backfield.
It was so quick.
Yeah. Despite the flag, just the explosiveness of Greenwood is when he starts motoring. He's just so quick.
Ball's going to be spotted on the Trojans' 46-yard line.
All right, it's going to be, about 23 yards. Second,
Yeah.
They say second and 18.
I guess 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Was that what happened there? Okay.
Looking for Jack Stevens.
Catch and pass incomplete.
Good coverage by was it Salisbury? No.
Jack Stevens.
Couldn't quite get around their man. Tight coverage by Northpoint.
Good job by Hatcher by stepping up in the pocket, avoiding the pressure. But like you said, Clayton, just the coverage is really good over there by Northpoint. Hard to beat that.
third down long.
All right, Caden Hill, Matthew Pennington, bottom of your screen. Logan Arnwine at fullback.
Get on the ball. There you go. Bad snap there. Uncharacteristic. But
fourth down.
I wonder if they're just going to hand it off to Greenwood there. And
kind of like a minute ago, probably two plays.
Yeah.
Go for it on fourth.
Back deep for the Trojans. Alex Wright.
End over end by Stuckey. Fair catch on the 23 to 4 yard line of Northpoint.
23-yard line, 1st and 10.
That'll be a special teams punt brought to you by Compliance Associates and the Tim Wilson family. All right, 2:54, Brandon.
Looks like we got a couple new guys, new faces on the D line. Barnett in left end.
56, Ben Clemis.
Man.
Tackled behind the line, tackled by number 54.
Josh Hartsuff with the sack.
Josh Hartsuff.
Nice play by Hartsuff.
Brings up 2nd down for your Trojans.
Mentioned Ben Clemis now in. Nose guard, kind of a fire plug guy. Griffin Garrison, 18, still at outside linebacker.
Salisbury off the right side.
Great pressure up front by the Eagle defense. Just collapsing that middle. There was nowhere for Salisbury to go on that carry. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard on that one.
There for the Eagles. Brings up 3rd down long.
.140 and counting. 3rd down and 20. All right, they're going to look to the middle of the field.
Good sack there.
Wow.
Another one.
Yeah, Ben Clemis, 56 at nose guard. Clemis hadn't played a lot, but I know the coaches are high on him. One of those guys hoping to get him ready by, playoff time.
Yeah. Well, he's earning his keep right there. 2 sacks on that defensive stand for the Eagles. Josh Hartsuff and Clemis each getting to the quarterback, and now here we are, 4th and 25. Northpoint punting from their end zone.
Well, that's going to be almost a 50-yard punt with a very generous roll. Just inside the 50, so the Eagles will take over. See what Coach Adams decides to do. Still not quite satisfied here.
And it feels like he can get a little bit more out of his first team here. Of course, Tucker White in at tailback.
Yep. Weissman up top, Pennington down at the bottom. Arnwine at fullback.
Hatcher hands off to White.
It's like Tucker's got a cramp in his left foot.
72 for the Trojans. Chris Gilliland brings up 2nd down. You've got
but it feels like the Eagles now well over 200 yards on the ground. They've just been able to really do what they wanted to do, and that's dominate the line of scrimmage and play to their strengths.
That's
and
right.
you're able to put the ball in the hands of Jalen Greenwood. who's played really spectacular given the fact that he was a game-time decision. And we unfortunately aren't able to have Matthew McMeans in the lineup. So Greenwood has come in, had a great game. Tucker White's got some valuable carries tonight. And the offensive line has had their way with this Northpoint front seven.
Well,
if White's down.
That was my question.
Yeah, I see Wiseman out there. I don't know if he ever plays any tailback.
I thought Zach Baker. I knew he did. He did some in the, in the 8th grade. But looks like we're gonna get number 24 back out.
We'll let the clock tick down. Let the guys rest for a minute. 5 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Eagles up with a comfortable 31-0 lead.
The Eagles content to let the clock run out to finish up the third quarter.
I was looking to see where McMeans was. He's got his helmet on.
Oh, is he over there? That doesn't surprise me. Seems like the type of guy that wants to be ready just in case.
Yeah, McMeans got his helmet on. Chin strap is not buckled, but But I mean, he's.
Well, that was, you asked about being on just the demeanor of the sideline of the Houston game a week ago, and just seeing, Carson, Gagnon, and certainly Matthew McMeans, coming off their injuries, and you just see the kind of the anguish on their face of, they wanted to be in the game so badly, and playing with their guys, and that just really strikes to the at the heart of what Coach Adams is talking about with family, and they feel like their family's out there on the field and they're not able to be out there with them. And
absolutely.
So it hurts not to be on the field.
All right, we're going to turn it to the fourth quarter. All right, just in from Chris Williams. We'll get this play off here to Greenwood. Stretch play to the right side. Boy, once again, tons of room. They're going to call a flag, yep.
Is that a block in the back?
It's a hold, block in the back.
Okay, one of those.
On us.
I was about to just, I love the fact you look at who's down there in the end zone with them. Dietrich, Pennington, Carlton, Webster. Those guys going stride for stride with Jalen Greenwood as he breaks off yet another touchdown run that's unfortunately going to get called back.
Holding is the call against the Eagles.
Second touchdown call back for Jalen Greenwood tonight.
See where the spot is, because it was well down the field. It looks like we got the first down with the carry, so the chains will move, but
back it up from there.
Yeah. So that's a State Farm. Sean Wilkins first down.
ECS rushing so far, 24 carries, 216 yards. Greenwood before that play was 16 carries for 193. White 5 for 31. So it's like Greenwood's on his way to well over 200 yards tonight.
Great lead block by Austin Hill again.
Greenwood around the right side.
So that'll put Greenwood over 200 for the night.
Absolutely.
Tackle by number 14 there for the Trojans, Alex Wright. Good enough for
it seems that play,
first down.
Brandon's been there all night.
Yeah.
Ball spotted at the Trojan 11-yard line.
Really strong side of the line there. Then you got icing on the cake, Austin Hill leading the way. Greenwood can run through that all day.
Griffin Garrison, tight end. Austin Hill lead blocking once again. Tucker White gets outside. He'll go in. Touchdown White from 12 out.
Tucker White
Great job. He just saw the corner of the end zone.
Great job by White. Kind of dipped in and dipped back out.
Yep.
Good enough for an Eagles touchdown.
All right, nice to see White back out after the ground.
Point.
Great confidence booster for him.
Nern on the hold.
And that is a Benny James.
Kick
Air
is good
conditioning,
with 9:58
touchdown,
left in this
Benny
fourth
James
quarter.
Service Company, the Darren Wilkes family. Thank you again for your support. And that's a Eagle touchdown, and then followed immediately by a Compliance Associates, the Tim Wilson family, extra point kick. And we'll have another kickoff coming up, courtesy of Tim Wilson family, Compliance Associates.
Thank you to everyone listening at home, on the road, or in the stands tonight. We do FM transmit that, so we do this at home and away. So if you're in the stands, bring your radio. It needs to be a little digital radio, not the old ones.
Whatever those are.
Whatever those are called. Tune into 89.5 to pick up the game from us.
You can't have that dial. You can't have the dial that with the analog knobs. You gotta go digital. 89.5.
The live stream has a little delay in it, but not the FM transmit. So subscribe to us on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Stuckey with a nice kick this time, sends us well into the end zone for a touchback with 8:47 to go. Looks like we have a running clock now, Brandon.
Yeah, a fun wrinkle to the YouTube. If you are watching, comment during the game. Comment to us, comment about particular plays, make it a conversation. That's all part of the live stream experience. Just search ECS Eagles Sports on YouTube. And like Clayton said, make sure and subscribe.
Nice play. Griffin Garrison once again stretches it out. Doesn't give up, brings him down. Pickup of probably 3. Brandon, nice podcast this week from John Bryson. Enjoyed listening to him.
Yeah, it was a really great conversation. Of course, he wrote or was one of the authors of the 33 series, Authentic Biblical Manhood, and just to be able to kind of listen to him articulate, what inspired that, and really what God has called us to be as men. His perfect design. It's just really a great conversation. Not a great play for Northpoint, though, on that last sequence.
I met John Bryson in 19. No, yes. Let me think about
in
this.
the 19s?
The 1900s.
Back in the 1900s.
Back in the I want to say 96.
Down.
Maybe 96 or 97. He's a Kentucky fan. Played baseball at Asbury College, but he's a Kentucky man. And so me, Arkansas fan, we had Arkansas, Kentucky played in Little Rock. Tim Couch was the quarterback. We met up. He was with a good friend with a buddy of mine, one of my roommates in college.
Stratton on the carry off the right side.
Good tackle there. Jack Stevens in on that.
Then Klemus brings up 4th down.
Noah Newhouse now in at linebacker, number 34. Logan Arnwine in. Charlie Crosby also in, 44.
Set the punt for the Trojans.
Jake Vargo, number 12, in. Caden Hill deep for the Eagles.
Deep to receive.
Well, that's going to be about a 20-yard punt. 25, they'll call it. Actually, that was Garrett Wilson that was deep on that punt return. Thought it was Caden Hill. So Garrett Wilson, freshman, in.
Yeah. Speaking of, we're going to see some young guys on the field now. Getting an opportunity to get some very valuable reps in with 6 minutes left in the
That's right.
in the game.
Adam Wickham's going to anchor the line. He'll be in at center. Blake Barnett's going to flip over to left tackle. Luke Pleveman, left guard. John Webster, 58, right guard. Tucker White off the right side, stretch play, a pickup of about 8.
Number 29, White for the Eagles.
Right tackle, Ben Gray, 57.
52 for
Nice
the
seal
Trojans.
by Gray on that run.
Connor McNatt brings up second down short for the Eagles.
Bennett Brady getting in some time at quarterback as well.
Joey Hayworth, your
Timeout,
tailback.
Trojans.
Brady, your quarterback, as you mentioned.
Yeah, we'll take this opportunity to thank strategic financial partners Hamp Holcomb, Bill Edwards, Chandler Gagnon, and Barrett Jones. Thank y'all for sponsoring timeouts on the live stream here. Again, the ECS Eagles Sports live stream of ECS Eagles football. We're here every Friday. At least Clayton and Britton are. I'm a little flaky, but Clayton Floriani is here every week, and the behind the scenes work that you put into making sure this happens is very impressive, and we're grateful for it. So thanks,
Love
man.
doing it. I always say thanks to the coaching staff. They kind of, a lot of this has to come through them. Hey, can I meet you here? Can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah.
So those guys are just really open. They're busy. Those guys are work twice as much as any of us. The hours they put in. Hayworth, right up the middle. He won't pick up much. Nice to see him in at tailback.
Hayworth on the carry for
Of course,
the
you
Eagles.
all access to Coach Adams, the Coach Adams show every week.
They're on the stop for the Trojans.
I'll be interested to see what he has to say about this game with you, and but also looking ahead to homecoming and the big game against the Collierville Dragons.
Absolutely. Jake Vargo, bottom of your screen, number 12, split out to the left.
Woo.
Fumble on the play.
Stunt up the middle. Brady couldn't even get it to the tailback. He and Hayworth couldn't quite stretch it out.
Bennett Brady in the backfield.
That'll be a turnover. Northpoint would take over with 4:09 to go.
First down 10.
I believe that's our second turnover of the game. We did lose a fumble early on, so that will be the second fumble for us. We're still winning the turnover battle, though.
Jackson Smith calls his own number. Jacob Welch on the tackle.
Jacob Welch, 25 on the tackle. Welch has definitely put on some size himself this year. Arnwine Newhouse, middle linebacker. Bennett Brady, number 3, outside corner, this side of the field.
Ooh, great shot. Great tackle. Looks like it's going to be dropped for at least a yard loss.
It's like Webster was in there, Barnett. Clemens there.
From the Eagles brings up third down. Jackson Smith pass.
Pass incomplete. Brady defending. Nice play by Brady. Did not get a penalty on that.
Incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
2:30 and counting.
Cooper McCoy.
Have a couple new D linemen in there right now. Clemens coming off.
It's like Wesley Jones, number 70 in for the Eagles. Also number 75, Kessler Baker. Well, nice punt. Garrett Wilson there to return it.
They try to make something with it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Could have easily gone out of bounds.
Yeah.
Nice job by Wilson.
And
led by number 27, Jackson Thomason.
The clock continues to tick. Running clock here in the fourth quarter with the Eagles up 38-0 over the Northpoint Trojans. So 1 minute, 28 seconds left.
Huh?
So the Eagles right now well over, probably approaching 300 yards on the ground in the rushing department. Jalen Greenwood has clocked in over 200 yards.
Wesley
Tucker
Jones.
White's.
Sorry about that, Brandon. Wesley Jones, Caleb McCullough in, a lot of freshmen.
And Brandy downs the ball.
Kind of the future of the program. Those guys were good 8th grade players.
Yeah.
In fact, Jones didn't even play in the 8th grade, so nice to have him out.
No, it says a lot about the state of the program that you're able to get guys that may not have had, played in junior high.
Absolutely.
That they're interested in coming out for the team, because you need that. That's how you build a program. You get guys like that interested in putting on the pads and representing the school.
All right, 30 seconds and counting. That's going to do it. We're going to line that up at midfield to shake their hand. Brandon, a little easier than I anticipated tonight. I did not expect a shutout by us.
Your Trojans will be on the road next week for
I knew they were improved over last year.
Yeah.
They just didn't have much to answer for what we did to them.
They just didn't. They have a young quarterback on their side, and he made some mistakes. The Eagle defense capitalized on it. Had 2 great interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. So, yeah, I agree with you. And I think even listening to the coaches this week, they were anticipating and wisely anticipated, a fight tonight. And so now they're able to continue to recover, get guys healthy, and be ready for the next game.
That's right. So great win here in South Haven, Mississippi on the campus of, I was going to say SBEC, but Northpoint.
Yeah.
I played here in 1990, Brandon, when it was SBEC.
Back in the 1900s
in
again.
the 1900s,
Yeah.
I was here. There'll always be SBEC.
It'll be 20th century, yeah.
But, so we're here at Trojan Field. Next week at home, homecoming against Collierville. I'm not sure. Anybody here, Chris, you hear what Collierville did tonight? I think they played White Station. So that'll be news when we find that out. But they will be at our place. Not sure when we played Collierville last, but it's been several years, I know.
Should be an interesting game, absolutely, and see how these guys and both schools coming together here for a prayer at midfield. And certainly showing a lot of respect, but giving thanks to God for even having the opportunity to come out here and glorify Him with their play.
Looks like everybody got out of here fairly healthy, so that's good.
Yeah.
Everyone be safe wherever you are traveling home. We will see you next week at Legends Field in Cordova. So good night from South Haven, Mississippi.